In 1971, the city of St. Louis lobbied successfully for a state law that would allow the city to hold, maintain, and sell vacant property with a clear title for redevelopment. The Land Reutilization Authority, LRA, was born, the nation's first city-run land bank. The LRA is the largest slumlord in the city of St. Louis, with 4.5 million square feet of vacant buildings and 28.5 million square feet of vacant lots in North St. Louis alone. Abandoned buildings such as those owned by LRA can contain a variety of environmental contaminants such as asbestos, lead-based paint, and if commercial or industrial buildings have a variety of other hazardous chemicals. In 2016, a KBIA analysis of lead levels in St. Louis from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services found that over the past 10 years, 90% of the testing for blood lead levels occurred on the south side of the city, where blood lead levels in children were generally lower than they are on the north side. In spite of the fact that there were neighborhoods on the north side of St. Louis where lead poisoning in children is high year after year. According to the city's health department most recent lead poisoning report, lead poisoning has been occurring much longer and the rates continue to be higher in the northern section of the city. The Obama administration's Strong Cities, Strong Communities initiative sought to strengthen neighborhoods, towns, cities, and regions across this country by enhancing their capacity to develop and execute their economic vision and strategies. In 2017, via this initiative, the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, released an independent third-party assessment of LRA and ascertained, given the magnitude of this challenge, it is clear that LRA needs many tools and processes to return properties to active uses that generate tax revenue, further neighborhood revitalization, and improve the quality of life for St. Louis residents. The city issued over 8,000 demolition permits in North St. Louis from 2000 to 2020. Demolition dust, toxic lead, can spread for blocks. Lead dust travels in excess of 190 yards during dry demolition and 112 yards during wet demolition. A 2002 study conducted by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, found a link between the proximity of demolition sites and lead poisoning in children. Dust and soil lead derived from flaking and weathering and chalking paint, plus airborne lead fallout from waste disposal over the years, are the major sources of potential childhood lead exposure, according to the CDC. It would take a substantial amount of unencumbered resources to abate these conditions in North St. Louis City, resources that potentially can be derived from a public-private partnership from the leasing and managing St. Louis's Lambert International Airport, thus ensuring that all potential efforts with respect to transforming our airport, especially those that generate resources for North St. Louis City, receive a fair and impartial airing and consideration by the citizens of St. Louis City, because a vibrant North St. Louis City offers the greatest benefits for our city and region.